Here come our teams, backed onto by Hull City legends there in front. Hull City in the black and gold kit today. Yes, the commemorative kit for 120 years worth of Hull City. The Cardiff City away there to the right hand side in a full sky blue outfit. Celebrating 120 years and hopefully 3 points to put the cherry on top of the cake. Should open a couple of seconds for City as they press on from Cardiff's kick-off. Belloumi just took one too many touches. He should have played the ball into the box on the first time. But positive that from Cardiff, creating a few too many easy chances. Fortunately, they can't put any away. But City just needs to tighten up a little bit in some of their backline possession. First card of the afternoon goes Cardiff City's way. Mohamed Belloumi does well to recover to try and get things away. And then just a foul in the build-up of the play with Marvin Mahelm and also Chris Bedia up top, waiting for a ball through. Didn't quite happen, but free kick for City here in somewhat promising area for an over-the-top ball from either Marvin or as good a chance as he's going to get Chris Bedia to open up his City scoring account. He kicked the advertising board in frustration as the ball perfectly lifted towards him. All he had to do was just slot it past the keeper, and instead he sends it right into the keeper. Unfortunately that, but City do win a corner from his effort. Probably the best shot corner we've seen from City all season as well. Perfectly worked between Belloumi and Marvin Mahelm. Belloumi works himself down the line, getting the cross in. It's fired away though by the Cardiff City defensive line. Marvin Mahelm running onto it on the edge of the area, puts the volley in. It looks like it was going to thunderpower its way into the top of the net, but it just goes over. Unfortunately, that's still nil. Another chance for Chris Bedia and another corner for City. Just stumbles over his feet this time. He's just getting a bit too underneath himself. He just needs to take that shot. But stop second guessing yourself. But corner for City, hopefully something. That liner better watch himself when he leaves this building, because Cardiff City have scored, but he was miles offside from the over-the-top ball. Referee's off to go and check himself, but I'm almost certain they've given that one. They have absolutely shocking that. It was a good finish by the Cardiff City lad. I believe it was Robinson up top, but he was miles offside. What on earth is the linesman referee doing in this situation? This referee's making a good shot to be the worst in the EFL. Just given a free kick Cardiff City's way as Belloumi and the keeper went in for a 50-50 challenge. The keeper seemed like he came off worse off even though he kicked it away. And they've just given the free kick their way. Absolutely awful this. 1-0 Cardiff, 20 minutes. It's a goal for City! Belloumi or Marvin Mahelm, I'm not quite sure. That's the response from the back of Anders. And it's another card out there for the Cardiff City man. It's a fantastic, if it's Belloumi's goal, it's a fantastic one. If it's Marvin, he's looking to get on the end of it.
The goal scored in Tigers is number 33.
It's Belloumi!
Belloumi!
It's Belloumi! What a goal that was! And he's waving up the fans. Fantastic that from Mohamed Belloumi. He opens up his account in black and amber. Oh, black and gold today. 1-1. Perfect response within, I want to say, 2 minutes of that atrocious Cardiff City offside. Another chance as good as any for Chris Bedia, but he bottles it once again, stumbles over it. He tries to get a second chance. It bobbles out to Mohamed Belloumi, but unfortunately he can't do anything with it. Still 1-1 here at the MK Stadium. It's a brace for Mohamed Belloumi! 2 goals, both of them being his first in black and amber. This one, a little bit less dramatic than his first one, but they all count the same. Fantastic opening start to this game for Mohamed Belloumi. He's been absolutely fantastic on and off the ball, and he has 2 goals to reap the benefits. What a man he is. The name on his back. Oh, what a delight. 2-1 here for the Tigers. 35 minutes gone. Second half underway. Mohamed Belloumi just on the sidelines due to a cut on his ankle. Hopefully he can plough on and play. Try and grab a hat-trick. His first 3 goals in black and amber, or black and gold. Where's the first half substitution here for Cardiff City? Number 2's coming off. to be replaced by, I missed his number, but that man over there. Where is Bedia's delight? Another chance, another missed opportunity, and another corner for City. He was shielding off the defender for Cardiff City as the ball was just feeding through to him, ran onto it. Of course, with the slow pace, he was having to get his shot away a bit quicker, and he just powers it up, and the keeper, I believe, powers it over the bar. Corner though for City. Can Belloumi get his third, or Bedia get his first, or any City player grab a goal? Well, it seems like somebody's woken up the entire City squad, as Cody Drama just goes for a very ambitious volley from the edge of the area. Fired it high and wide. Probably the best half of football we've seen from City, maybe rivaling the second half comeback at Stoke last week. 2 goals from our Algerian winger mean that it's 2-1 lead for this half-time with City trying to erase that 1 goal from Cardiff City, which I believe to be offside. We'll wait and see what the outcome is. Of course, Belloumi still does have his cut on his ankle, so whether he comes out and plays the second half or plays very limited minutes in the second half, we'll wait and see. But it's looking very, very good for Hull City so far. 2-1 up, first time we've been leading at half-time this season. And City are ready to kick us underway in this second half. No changes for either side. And yes, the man who is far better than Jane Philogene is still out there. Love it. A combination of both my thoughts there. Bedia could have scored, or Belloumi could have got his hat-trick, as Oscar Zambrano just skies one over the net. But Abdushamer picked up the ball, was charging forwards, laid it out wide to Belloumi, who was charging in. He could have had the shot, he instead plays it across goal towards Bedia. He was maybe just a bit in front of Bedia, so he couldn't quite get onto it. And a little bit of underlight for both players who were going for that. Lovely football from City here. The build-up play there was absolutely delightful. Won a corner from it, probably unfortunately not to win anything more, as Abdushamer finally lays it on to Regan Saitu. He just gets a touch off one of the Cardiff City defenders, and it's a corner for City. Oscar Zambrano, he grabs his first. He's back and goal today. As the short corner routine has finally worked for City. The short corner from Belloumi working his way round. He finally gets his way into the box. And it gets to Oscar Zambrano. He gets a deflection on the way in. But that is definitely Oscar Zambrano. As he grabs his first in black and amber. And he's been fantastic today. A real talent that City have picked up this summer transfer window. Both him and Belloumi. 3 goals from 2 summer signings. And City lead 3-1. My Lord, Mohamed Belloumi almost grabbed his hat-trick with a fantastic strike that just tips out of the top corner by the Cardiff City keeper. Oh my Lord. Almost saw a hat-trick from Mohamed Belloumi. And I can't express how happy I am about him today. The shouts were too much for Regan Slater as he took his shot from the edge of the area. And yes, it was one. And it's a yellow card for number 11 down here for Cardiff as he just pulls Cody Drama down to the floor. City just playing them off the park today, all by the helm of Mohamed Belloumi. And I will stand and clap that man off. Mohamed Belloumi exits, replaced by another fantastic winner in Liam Miller. A brace, and his first 2 goals in black and amber. Fantastic work there from Mohamed Belloumi, getting his praises on the bench. City are pretty much getting handed opportunities here as Cardiff City have a little malfunction in their defence. There's one player tries to clear it but it just ends up in the face of another Cardiff City defender. Falls to the feet of Marvin Mahelm. And he lays one through to Chris Bedia, and we know how that ends up. Come on man, now that Belloomi's off, just get yourself a goal lad. Double change coming up for Hull City. As Abu Kamara is coming on, and Abdush and he is coming off. Another change, Regan Slater is coming off, and Casey Palmer is coming on. Palmer, who's on the bench due to an injury concern, fit enough to play some part in this 3-1 win so far at the MKM Stadium. Hopefully City will have another one, and maybe Casey Palmer can grab his what would be second official of the season. Oh, triple change, I apologise. And Oscar Zambrano is departing to be replaced by a like-for-like player in Xavier Simmons. Triple change. Fantastic there for City. Bit of a dull 10 or so minutes here in the game, but Marvin Mahelm has just tried an adventurous effort. Didn't quite work, but still tried. Fantastic there from Ivo Panda as Cardiff City get a break once again on what is maybe a dodgy offside call. One-on-one with Ivo Panda, and he does well to deny Cardiff City grabbing their second of the afternoon. And moments later, Liam Miller tries to open up his account in black and amber, or black and gold today. Powering shot, just unfortunately straight at the keeper, which seems to be a running commentary in all of Liam Miller's shots on target in the Tiger strip. Marvin Mahelm is coming off, and it's something we didn't probably think we was going to see.
Steven Alzate!
Steven Alzate gets his debut coming off the bench. There's about 10 or so minutes to go here at the MKM Stadium. Still 3-1 Hull City. And Steven Alzate gets his debut, one of the late signings, coming on free transfer business. Go on, lad. There you go. Running on. Lovely to see him out here. Something you probably didn't think he was going to see, with his fitness being maybe a bit of an issue with signing with the club, but he's fit enough obviously to play at least 8 minutes. A foul on Abu Kamara, and City win themselves a penalty here. 89 minutes gone, and surely it's Chris Bedia to take to try and grab his first. Louis Coyle's just viciously handed the ball over to him as he was looking probably to grab a goal, and his 150th appearance for the Tigers. But Bedia looking to grab his first, and what could be his third or fourth. Come on, Chris Bedia here to make it 4-1 to the Tigers against Cardiff City. So to run up, and he scores! Chris Bedia grabs his first for Hull City, and it's a relief for him. It's finally happened. Chris Bedia scored for Hull City, and that's 4 on the day for the Tigers. A 4-1 win coming from 1-0 down to 4-1 up. It was easy enough against a very poor Cardiff side. And Chris Bedia, it's relief on his face as he converts it from the spot. 120 years of Hull City, and 4-1 against the Cardiff City side who are probably destined for relegation. Everywhere they go, Cardiff get battered. Everywhere they go, everywhere they go. City with probably one of the last moments of the game, 1 minute left, and it's a free kick here for Hull City. Brilliantly worked through from Drama's relentless aggression to get past 3 or 4 players, and then Miller and Alzate's partnership. Eventually Miller won the free kick there, which Casey Palmer will whip in, and this will probably be the last moment of the game, or certainly one of the last moments of this 4-1 historic win. And that's a 4-1 win on Hull City's 120th birthday. Fantastic that. I believe that's Hull City's 4th win at home in 2024. First home win of the season, only 2nd win of the season. I'll be back with my thoughts in a short moment, but well done to all the lads out there. Fantastic. 120 years Hull City, and what a way to ring it in. And I'm back in the car, yes. A fantastic 4-1 win for the Tigers means that is 7 goals in 2 games for a side that grabbed 2 goals in their opening 4 in the league. A real turnaround. Of course, it's only been 2 games against 2 sides that are a bit subpar, especially this Cardiff side that we've just seen. They're destined to go down, aren't they? They don't look anywhere like a competitive football club in any sort of capacity. The amount of chances they had, the amount of missed efforts they had, the amount of giving the ball away. I think I saw it 2 or 3 times where they kicked the balls into their own faces or their teammates' faces. Yeah, so it's looking a little bit poor for Cardiff City, but good for Hull City.
we need to get these points. We see it time and time again where Hull City go into these games against teams that are destined to go down and they struggle, or they don't even pick up points, or they struggle to get the one. But we managed to get all three, and in a very dominant fashion, with probably the best performance I've seen this Tim Walter side put out. By no means is this a steady output. By no means are we going to win 4-1 every game. By no means is that team going to put out that performance every game, because a lot of it, in essence, does come down to luck at this point with the way that the team is set up. But it's all positive so far from the past 2 games, or certainly the past a game and a half, certainly the second half of the Stoke game. But we take the win, we take the 4-1 win, and Mohamed Belloumi, my God, he is a player. I think Hull City picked up a gem with him. He's taken a little bit to get going. I think his confidence was knocked, especially in that first game against Sheffield United, where he gave away the chance for their opening goal in that game, and I think that really took a knock on him. But just seeing his performance for the 60-odd minutes that he played today, he was by far the best on the pitch. And from that, let's go into my match ratings for each player. So I'll go through the whole squad, including the substitutes that we used, give them a rating from 1 to 10 based on how good they were in this game. And of course, I'll give a man of the match if you can't guess who it is going to already. So we'll start off in goal, of course, with Ivor Panda. Panda made some fantastic saves. Probably the highlight of his game was that one-on-one moment towards the end of the game. It was in the second half at some point, where he's one-on-one with one of Cardiff City's player, and he did fantastic to prevent the effort of a goal for them. Their goal came, I haven't seen the replay, so I'm going to say it was offside. It may have not been, but it was a very, very tight call, and it was certainly a very, very good finish by Callum Robinson, the striker for Cardiff City. Other than that goal going in, which wasn't his fault, Panda didn't really make any mistakes. His distribution, so his passing wise, looked a little bit sloppy at points in this game. I presume that was just due to the fact that we were like 3-1 up, and there was making a few unnecessary passes, a few sloppy passes and passes to the opposition. So I presume that was why. I'm not going to read into it too much, but it's something worthy of note. So I'm going to give Pandor a match rating of a 7. Moving ahead into the defensive line, Cody Drammer, he had a fantastic game. Straight away, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought that he played his heart out from minute go to the final whistle. Fantastic from him. Even when we was 4-1 up, he was still making runs down the line. He was still, I think he took on 4 men at once whilst we were 4-1 up, and got away with the ball, which led to one of the last moments of the game being that free kick that unfortunately didn't get converted in the final 30 seconds or whatever it was. The centre-back partnership, Alfie Jones did all right. A few little mistakes that he made was charging forwards at the wrong points, which I noticed. He was charging forwards at some points when he maybe should have held back, especially when Cardiff City were gaining possession or in possession in that sort of approaching final third. He was charging out to them, where he just kind of made mistakes there. So I'm going to give Alfie Jones a match rating of a 6.5. Sean McLaughlin, yeah, he's certainly the weakest link in the squad at the moment. Of course, Charlie Hughes has apparently returned to training and is remaining hopeful to be featured in the squad at some point before the international break. Maybe a bench appearance for the QPR game, which I believe is next. So Sean McLaughlin is a 6 rating from me. Certainly, I think that was his best performance of the season, but by no means is that a man that you want to see starting week in, week out, when you've got a man that you've paid around 4 million for in Charlie Hughes on the bench. Right back, Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle had fantastic moments in this game. I thought that Louis Coyle, once again, fantastic. It was 150th appearance for Hull City for Louis Coyle, our captain. Fantastic from him. So I'm going to give him a 7.5 rating. I think that's fair and just. Ahead of them, Oscar Zambrano. Zambrano, just like Mohamed Belloumi, I think that he is an absolute fantastic talent that we have picked up. Of course, he is on a 1-year deal, and we can activate the option to buy him if the doping charges do get dropped, which by the sounds of things, all the sounds of it's gone away. So I presume that the charges will get dropped. But of course, I don't know. I'm speaking as a man who's not got any legal terminology in these areas of the game. But certainly, it seems like the charge will be dropped. I think Hull City do need to activate that option before anyone else gets their grubby mitts on Oscar Zambrano, because he is absolutely fantastic. Of course, grabbed his first Hull City goal. Wasn't by any means pretty, but they never are for a CDM. I mean, look at Jean-Michel Seri's first goal for City, that deflected looper against Bristol City in the opening game 2 seasons ago. But certainly, fantastic performance from Oscar Zambrano. He's a real talent. I absolutely love him. He is going to get an 8 rating from me. Ahead of them, or alongside him, Regan Slater. Slater, it's a bit of a tricky one with Slater. He did absolutely fantastically when he came on in the second half against Stoke City. And then in this game, he kind of was going a little bit back to the performances that we may have seen for Regan Slater at the start of the season. Certainly, it was better than what we saw in the previous appearances that he's made, of course, leading up to the Stoke game. But certainly, by all means, it wasn't the best. I think that Regan Slater is at his best when he can really control that midfield. I think because he has Oscar Zambrano alongside him, who Oscar Zambrano is a fantastic player in his own right, and he has pace unlike what Seri had last season, which meant Slater could thrive essentially. I think that's meaning that he is kind of lost at one of his jobs. So whether you deploy him more strategically would probably be my guess to get the best out of him this season. But whether Tim Walter does that or not, we don't really know. But Regan Slater, he had an okay game, I guess. A few missed chances. Didn't really make a negative impact on the ball too much. So I'm going to give him a 6.5 rating. Ahead of them, who else did we have? We had Abdushamer. Abdushamer, he is a little bit lost out on the wing, isn't he? So it's going to be a 6 rating from me for him. Who else? There's a player that I'm forgetting. Marvin Mahelm, or Mahelm, or however you say his surname, I've forgotten. But yeah, it's a tricky one with him. He certainly had a good start to his time at City with the first game or two, and it kind of died off a little bit since then. He produced the assist for Belloumi's second, which was probably his highlight of the game. It was an alright assist by all means. So I'm going to give Marvin a 6.5 rating. I think that once we've got a fully fit squad, his place will probably be best suited for a bench appearance, rather than having him start week in, week out. Whether he does make the odd cameo appearance, that is remained to see. I'll leave the man of the match for the end of the starting 11. Of course, Chris Bedia, he grabbed his first for Hull City. Of course, it was a penalty, but he still converted it, and he seemed to relieve more than anything to get that penalty in the back of the net. So Chris Bedia, other than that, didn't do too much. He's still a little bit of a liability up top. He had about 3 or 4 chances where he probably should have scored, but they went, of course, I think all of them went out for corners, so you can't blame him too much for it. But it's still a little bit of a basket case there. But I still have faith in Chris Bedia. I think now he's got his first one. Of course, it was a penalty, but I think that the goals from open play and the fact that he's becoming a bit of a troublesome player for the defensive line, the opposition defensive line, means good things for City. So I'm going to give Chris Bedia a 7 match rating, and then leaving out the man of the match, Mohamed Belloumi. Belloumi, of course, it is going to be a 10 out of 10. I think that's the first 10 out of 10 that I've given this season, and by God, he deserved it. His work rate on the ball, off the ball, of course, 2 goals he scored. The first goal was fantastic, and then the second goal, it needed to be done, didn't it? But fantastic work. A fantastic work rate from him. Even when he cut his ankle open, and he had like a little gash and something on his ankle, he still wanted to play on. He played through the remaining 10 minutes of that half, and about 10-15 minutes into that second half, still playing fantastic. So fantastic work from him all round, and well deserving of a man of the match and my lucrative 10 match rating. So let's move on to the substitutes. There's 5 of them to go through. Hull City use all 5 substitutes. So let's quickly rack through them. Steven Alzette, he grabbed his first appearance and his debut for Hull City. So it wasn't a large appearance. I think he came on for 8 minutes or so. So we didn't see an awful lot of him. So I'm going to give him a 5 rating. I think he may have had 5 touches. That's why that's so low. Who else came on? Liam Miller. Liam Miller, he's just begging to get his first goal in black and amber, isn't he? I thought it worked fantastically. He is certainly better suited to the left wing rather than the right wing, I think. So or certainly from what we saw, he was producing more down the left wing. And certainly his partnership between him and Cody Drameh is something that I'd probably like to see start a game. I don't see why Liam Miller didn't start this game when you've got Belloumi out on the right and Liam Miller out on the left. I think that's a perfect opposition partnership. And of course, Drameh and Miller down that left-hand side is going to be more dangerous for the opposition and certainly going to provide more goals for City. I'm sure of it. Who else came on? It was Abu Kamara. He came on. And I thought that he did okay, of course, a bit similar to Alzate. I didn't see too much of him, so I'm going to give him a 5 rating. I don't think I gave Miller's rating. I'm sorry. Miller, you're going to get a 6.5 rating. Who else came on? It was Xavier Simons. Simons came on, and Simons, he is going to get a 5.5 rating. I think he came on a perfect point where maybe Zambrano was looking a little bit on unsure legs, came up to shore things up, and I thought that he did quite nicely there. Is that everyone, or am I forgetting a substitute? I feel like I am forgetting a substitute, but I do not know who. Who could it be? I haven't got a clue. So, yeah, let me know down in the comments if I have missed anyone. But thank you very much for seeing through this entire fantastic vlog. We will go again. I'll have videos hopefully during the week. Apologies, there wasn't a prediction and preview video yesterday. I was a little bit unwell. Still not the best. That's why this vlog's been a little bit all over the place. But things are looking up for Hull City. So make sure you like and subscribe to see more Hull City news and content like this. Check me out on Twitter or X to see everything live and breaking about Hull City. And I'll see you in the next video. Up the Tigers!